Welcome to Crotoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And we're taking a trip down 1993 lane.
Oof. Oof. That's not great.
It's 1993. It's time to watch the 90s X-Men cartoon.
Yeah.
And Power Rangers on Saturday morning cartoons and eat probably a cereal that's not allowed to be sold anymore. As we paint Storm kind of for Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
This is not the official MCP Storm figure. I'm not super deep in the MCP community, but from what I am gathering, the 3D printing is a very, very big factor for some people for this particular game. A lot of people seem to do almost entirely 3D printed miniatures and download the actual model rules from AMG because they actually are available in a database that you can pull up the actual cards and print them off. And people play the game using 3D sculpts. So
it's cool.
So this particular one is from a group called C27 Studios. If you are familiar with Marvel Crisis Protocol and any of the non-official models, you have probably heard of this group. They seem to be incredibly prolific. I know they've got a Patreon that, no, I have not asked you to be a part of because, honestly, the tiers are just a little overly complicated for me. There's a whole thing where it's like you can... There seems to be, and I got to read into it, there seems to be like limited time access for each of the sculpts and whatnot, and I don't think you get the back catalog of sculpts by default, and I just don't have the time to deal with that crap. So what I did do, however, is I found these STLs through Etsy. Somebody had the STLs for sale because one of the things you can actually license on the Patreon is the commercial rights to sell their STLs.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So I got like the whole 90s X-Men team worth of STLs. We're going to pull out a few more of them in the future and get those painted up too. But this was an inexpensive way. Oh, excuse me.
To get our Rogue on? Or to get our
Storm on. There's an inexpensive way for us to get Storm for our teams because, the one thing I will say is... MCP pound for pound is more expensive than even Games Workshop. It is not a cheap game by any stretch of the imagination.
Ooh.
A lot of the boxes are two models and $40-$50 for the two models.
Listen, you gotta pay that money. You gotta pay that Disney money.
What I will say for it in moderate defense of that.
You got
yawning issues tonight. What I will say for it in moderate defense of that is it's indefensible. I'm going to start with that. Let me say it is indefensible that the amount of plastic you're getting and the level of rules you're getting for that amount of money is honestly kind of absurd. There are plenty of people who would say, "Oh, well, it's a niche hobby. Oh, well, it's cheaper than taking out." Guys, none of those arguments are actually right. None of those are actually correct. There's literally 17 cents worth of plastic that I just spent $50 for, and it's got all the rules. It doesn't justify the $50 in the box. That's not relevant, though. I'm not particularly complaining about that. However, what I did want to do while building up our MCP collection slowly was go ahead and get some things that would be a little cheaper to supplement us, so we could go ahead and get full-size, game legal teams,
and maybe some thingy teams,
on the table, without shelling out $50 a box. Do I eventually intend to buy the Storm and Cyclops box? I actually do, because it's got some other cards in there that's better than just their rule cards. I think it's got I'm not mistaken, it's got a couple missions in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I thought it had some X-Men exclusive kind of stuff and things.
It does. So, it's definitely on it, and I could look up what comes in that box and print them off, but it definitely is on my list to buy at some point. However,
this was also a cool. This I will say, this model was a little bit cooler than the Storm in the box.
I think it is. I think it's a lot better. And that's actually where we went with the 90s theme. And as you can see, the steps for kind of how we painted it are popping up on the screen as we go. That is, if you only watch our Crisis Protocol videos, which it seems unlikely, we started a couple of videos ago putting the actual steps of the paint on. This is my favorite step here.
Pull out the black gray, then realize you pulled out the wrong color.
Yeah.
And be too lazy to edit it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's par for the course.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was instead of dark gray. But we've started kind of putting the individual steps on the screen so we can just kind of talk about random crap because I think that's what the few people who are here for.
They like our random crap?
I think they're here for our random crap. And I can see how, and this is going to be a self-criticism, that somebody's going to listen to and go, oh my God, he's absolutely right. Now I got to cancel my subscription.
Don't cancel your subscription.
Don't cancel. In fact, like and subscribe. In fact, talk your grandmother into like and subscribe, and we're hosting
Maybe your cat. Make your
make your cat a YouTube channel. Anyway.
Yeah. Put us on for your cat. I'm sure they'd like listening to us.
So what were we talking about?
You said something about how
the peoples are probably here to listen to us, and some of the things can get a little bit samey. We're doing every Crisis Protocol video. We're doing the comic book style, which you guys kind of know what the steps are going to be at this point. We're going to use flat blocked colors. We're going to use the black ink at the end to line it in. There's not a lot of new tech necessarily. Not every time we do a video. Not every time we do a video, there's new tech. And for some reason, I was not yawning at all editing this video. Now that we've got the microphone on, I cannot stop yawning. I don't know what's going on with that.
Because you passed 9 o'clock. You passed 9 o'clock, and now it's night time.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm not that old yet.
No, but I mean, still, your body's like, no, it's 9 o'clock. Stop being productive.
Maybe, but we have another video to record tonight anyway.
Wait, what? You said? Oh.
Yeah, this 5-day-a-week schedule that we're pretending we're on for at least a couple weeks is brutal. I'm going to come up with a way to streamline it and make it easier on us. But actually, I'm starting to get a little bit ahead. I have one more model to paint for this week's videos, and I'm already starting it on next week. So I'm actually starting to get a little bit ahead. But yeah, so Marvel Crisis Protocol. The other thing, going way back to what we were talking about before, the other defense I will give the cost of this over a game like anything made by Games Workshop is there is a level of universality with every one of the miniatures.
Yeah, you could put, build your force in almost any way you want to.
Yeah, your Crisis team, it's not even almost, in any way you want to.
Yeah.
Now, would you necessarily want to put Storm in a situation where there's not enough X-Men to trigger her leader ability? Probably not.
No.
But the option is there. I can take any model. I can take any model that comes out of a box, like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. He is the Amazing Spider-Man. And what are you going to do with him?
And he could go in a Web Warriors team. He could just be thrown as a model in any team. I could just be like, you know what? I've got Thanos and a bunch of other guys, and I want a Spider-Man on this team, and I can just put him in that team. Because the way you construct teams in this game is you literally just. Some exceptions apply. There's a couple models that actually count as multiple, I think. And there's a couple of items, like some of the Infinity Gems, actually, they used to, I don't know if they still do, counted as extra team members. But basically, you have 10 slots to put team members into, and it doesn't matter who you put into those slots, because you actually build your individual team at the start of a game when you know how big the game is going to be. So you literally just need 10 models, bare minimum, 10 models, and you are set theoretically forever. If you never wanted to make any variation or change your theme teams or any of that stuff, you theoretically could do 10 models.
How are you doing this? If you're that kind of person, you found 10 models you like, and that's all you want. Tell us your secret.
Yeah,
how did you achieve this in your life?
I don't understand it. I really don't.
We don't understand your restrained ways.
We don't understand you as a person, and we also think you are not real.
Yeah.
So anyway,
time for the purple.
We're basically wrapping up Storm here. We're going into painting the base rim, and we are using the Hexed Lichen that we have been using for all these MCP figs. We've talked about why. You figure the white hats are going to be your blue guys, and the black hats are going to be your red guys. And since again you can mix everything together,
make everybody purple, which is red and blue together.
Plus, I'm a fan of the color purple.
There you go.
Both the novel and the color.
Wow. That was okay. That was like an intellectual.
Did you like that?
Nerdy joke. I like that.
I don't like any of the movies though.
The Color Purple?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of any of the film adaptations.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard book to do. Anyways, that's a weird. That probably just lost several people who might have actually listened to the end of this.
You mean the people who are huge fans of the film adaptations of The Color Purple? Looked good. I don't like any of the films. A film I wanted to like, but I didn't like? Cry the Beloved Country with James Earl Jones. And I wanted to like it because the book is so good.
And James Earl Jones.
And Richard Harris, too.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Richard Harris and James Earl Jones could not capture the image I had of those characters in my mind from the book.
Yeah.
which is a shame because I love both those actors.
Yeah.
But anyway,
there's Rogue.
We've gotten completely off track.
Or there's Storm.
Storm's completed.
Right.
Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notifications. If you haven't read it, read The Color Purple. Good book.
Or read Cry the Blood of the Country.
Read Cry the Blood of the Country. Read Things Called Fall Apart, too.
Oh.
Also a great book. Anyway, that's all we got for today. Thanks for sticking around for another Marvel Crisis Protocol video, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye!